It's the Miami Dolphins versus the Indianapolis Colts. Brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. By Dodge and the new midsize Dodge Dakota. And by Radio Shack, a division of Tandy Corporation.
The Hoosier Dome is sold out, and the fans here hope to see the Colts get their first victory of the season. They'll go against the disappointing Dolphins, who are 2-5. Pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Jay Randolph to call the play-by-play, and back home again in Indiana, Bob Greasy to analyze the action this afternoon. Let's go back to week 2 of this season. In the Orange Bowl, Hogaboom. He was counted on to do a great job. He picked up a fumble, but is injured when he's hit there by Lyle Blackwood.
Well, Rod Dahauer was really upset when Hogaboom went out. He was the man that was going to carry the fortunes of the offense. Now he has Jack Trudeau, a young rookie out of the University of Illinois. The Colts were sacked 20 times the first 3 games, but only 7 the last 4, so things are looking better, and Trudeau is playing much better.
Some might think, if you look at the records, that this is an insignificant game, but don't say that to Don Shula. His Miami Dolphins need a victory today.
Well, he feels as though they need to win just to gain respectability first, but they also feel like they still have a chance to get into the playoffs. If they can put a winning streak together, he feels they can get there.
Let's very quickly get to the keys for today's game with Bob.
Well, the Dolphins have to have a patient Marino, and for the Colts, Randy McMillan has to establish the run to take some heat off of Jack Trudeau.
We are just about set to go as the Colts will put it in play to the Dolphins. Diasucci will kick off for the Colts. Dolphins today going for their 200th victory. And back to receive Ron Davenport, number 30. 33 is Craig Ellis, picked up this week for the Dolphins, spent 5 years in the CFL. Bob, they're hoping to improve their special teams play, and especially the kickoff and punt returns.
That's correct, Jay. Last week, the special teams contributed to 10 points for the LA Raiders, and that's unusual for a Don Shula coach team.
Big crowd on hand. Hope you'll enjoy it wherever you are. The kickoff coming down to Ellis at the 7, at the 15, the 20. Got room outside of the 30, 35 at the 40, up to the 43-yard line. A fine return. Diasucci, the man that kicked off, made the tackle. 36-yard return. Here comes Dan Marino to handle the offense. Lorenzo Hampton and Woody Bennett in that backfield. Duper and Clayton, the marks at the wide receivers. Bruce Hardy is the tight end. Giesler, Foster, Stevenson, Delabach, and Cook. And it's first down at the 43-yard line for the Dolphins. Shifting out of the eye. Marino may have audibled here, sends the tight end in motion. The handoff going to Bennett. Bennett up near the 50-yard line, across the 50, got to the 49-yard line. Eugene Daniel, number 38, makes the tackle from the cornerback position. Bennett starting the day with 95 yards on the year. Thompson, Broughton, and the rookie John Hand for the Colts in the defensive line. The linebackers are Cooks, Odom. Aaron's getting a start today, and Dwayne Bickett. Coleman, Daniel, Glasgow, and Tate in the secondary. Pickup of about 8 yards, second down and 2. Marino with 154 completions, 257 attempts. Handoff going to Hampton. And Lorenzo has the first down as he goes down to the 42-yard line. Wrapped up there by Cliff Odom, number 93. Hampton coming in with that 3.6 average, 282 yards, 10th in the AFC.
Jay, I look for the Dolphins to try and run more today with Hampton. You know, Marino has really carried this ball club for the last couple of years. The defense has not been real strong, and the run offense has not been there. But still, the Dolphins have continued to win.
The Dolphins have first down at the 42-yard line. And again, the tight end goes in motion, Hardy. And the give up the middle and a big hole for Hampton. He's down to the 30, down to the 25, and out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A huge hole opening up there. Stevenson doing some good work. The veteran center. Stop made by Eugene Daniel, number 38.
Stevenson on Broughton. Broughton took himself out of the play on a little stunt to his left. Probably one of the easier blocks that Stevenson will have to come up with this year. When you do that, the linebackers, Aaron's in the middle and Odoms, have got to step up and make the play. That time they didn't do it.
Nat Moore comes into the game. Hampton goes out. Marino has his Miami Dolphins first down at the 23-yard line. Over the top, going for the tight end, Bruce Hardy overthrew him. Hardy was well covered on the play. Glasgow 25, the strong safety, and the corner man Eugene Daniel 38 were both back there with Hardy. And you see a smile on Marino's face as we get a look at Don Shula, 56 years old, the head coach of the Dolphins. Painesville, Ohio. Once an offensive back at John Carroll in Cleveland.
Not a very good one. Better defense than offense.
He'll admit to that. Yes, that's right. On second down. A lot of time for Marino. Over the middle, complete to Clayton. Clayton's at the 5-yard line. First and goal to go, Miami. Tate Randall, number 35, there to make the play for Clayton, his 32nd catch of the year.
There's a crossing pattern between the tight end, Bruce Hardy, number 84, will go out to his right, and Clayton will cut underneath the tight end. It's on the other side of the field as you see Clayton coming back to the inside. What the crossing did was cause some confusion with the man-to-man coverage that the Colts were playing inside the 20. They're a big zone team out in the middle of the field, but when you get inside the 20, they like to go to man-to-man.
Hardy is set out on the wing right. It is first down, goal to go. And the handoff going to Davenport. Davenport down near the 1-yard line. Piled up there, in underneath the pile, Tate Randall, number 35. Cliff Odom, 93. Dwayne Bickett, 50. It'll be second down and goal. Number 79, Harvey Armstrong, coming in for the Colts to beef up the line up front as Tate Randall comes out. The ball at the 1-yard line. This has been a good-looking drive by the Dolphins. Davenport and Hampton, 30 and 27 in the I formation. Second man through. Hampton, touchdown.
Well, it's not surprising to see Hampton scoring a rushing touchdown. The Dolphins have scored 5 rushing touchdowns this year, all by that man. Now they have 6. 18 passes, passing touchdowns, only 6 rushing touchdowns. So if you figure that they're going to score on the run, it's going to be Lorenzo Hampton.
Hampton from Florida, second-year man. That is his 7th touchdown of the year. Quad Reves will attempt the extra point. Don Strock holding. Reves has it up and through. And 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining to be played. First quarter. Dolphins lead it 7-0.
Impressive as they take the ball right down the field. The Dolphin offensive line not getting a lot of movement, but enough of a stalemate to allow Hampton to go over the top for the touchdown.
It took them 7 plays to move 57 yards in just a little over 3 minutes. And at the 11:45 mark of this first period, Hampton going in for the score.
And you notice 57 yards is not that far to go for an opening drive. Craig Ellis, the new acquisition from the off the waiver wire of the Canadian Football League, coming down. But you know, Jay, the opening kickoff, there was a huge hole there. I'm sure that Craig Ellis says, hey, it isn't going to be this easy all the time in the National Football League.
Well, he's got to like the way it started out. Robbie Martin, number 88, set to receive the kickoff. Martin coming up at the 5-yard line. Out over the 15, at the 20. He got to about the 22-yard line. The stop made by Mike Smith, number 25 for the Dolphins. Jack Trudeau out of Illinois, 6'3", the rookie, taking over. He'll have Randy McMillan and George Wansley in the backfield. Booza, Bill Brooks, the rookie, and Pat Beach, the tight end. Big offensive line. They've played together for quite a while. Hinton, Uck, Donaldson, Sultan, Call.
Big is right, Jay, averaging 280 pounds. It'll be interesting to watch some of the matchups along the front line.
And on first down, Trudeau rolls and throws to McMillan, and McMillan picks up about 5 or 6 yards yards on the play. Stepping out of bounds on the far side in front of Overdahl, number 56. T.J. Turner, the rookie, in the defensive line with Bob Baumhauer and George Little.
The big offensive line of the Colts will have to go against these linebackers, and Offerdahl, 230 pounds, going against a 280-pound line. Good defensive backs for the Dolphins.
Langford, Judson, Blackwood, and also Bud Brown getting the start today at free safety. Handoff goes to Randy McMillan. McMillan out of Pittsburgh, averaging only 2.8 per carry. Offerdahl and Shipp, 56 and 50, making the tackle. 10-minute ticker bringing you up to date. New Orleans has an early lead over the Jets. Nothing shaking yet in those other games. And a lot of early games today in the National Football League. Tampa Bay leading Kansas City 3-0. Ball just over the 30-yard line. 3rd down and 2. Trudeau handing it off to Wansley. Wansley breaks out to the 40. Midfield, 40. Down to the 30. Bud Brown finally collared Wansley. A 46-yard romp over the right side for the first down.
On the part of the Colts. You'll see Utt, 64, and Hinton ahead of him. Only Blackwood is left back there on the backside as they took both wide receivers to the left side of the field. And Mark Brown was fooled by the front alignment. Great execution on the part of the Colts, and a big play very early in the game for the Indianapolis Colts.
Back in week 2, Wansley had only 16 yards all day against the Dolphins. On first down, the handoff going to McMillan. He is near the 20-yard line, and the penalty marker goes down. Our officiating crew today, led by Dick Hantak, a St. Louisan, as Gordon Wells, Tom Johnson, Ray Dodez, Al Jury, Bill Quimby, and Bobby Skelton with him. Baumhauer and Betters on that last play, and it's going to go against Miami as the flag was thrown right into the middle of the play. Let's listen to Dick Hantak.
Face mask, defense, a 5-yard penalty, repeat the down, first down.
Betters coming out, Shula taking a look there and saying something to him.
I'm sure that when Rod Dowhauer, the coach of the Colts, saw that flag go down, he had to say, oh no, not again. Last week in Buffalo, the Colts were penalized 151 yards, which was close to being a club record, and you just cannot penalize yourself that way.
Extra tight end into the game now. Mark Boyer, number 84. He goes in motion for the Colts. The give is up the middle to McMillan, and McMillan down to about the 13-yard line. Baumhauer, 73, there on the tackle.
A lot of teams have trouble overcoming penalties and mistakes, but when you're 0-7 and you're a young team, the 4th youngest in the National Football League are the Colts, you just cannot self-destruct that way. If you're the Los Angeles Raiders, you can afford to be penalized that much and you still overcome them. But Rod Dowhauer wants to eliminate the turnovers and the penalties from this team.
Ball spotted at the 14-yard line. 2nd down, 1. The call again goes to McMillan, and he is in for the touchdown. Randy McMillan. He needs 90 yards to go over the 3,500 mark. Actually needs 20 yards to go over that mark. He picked up 14 right there. He was held to 13 yards in the game at Miami earlier this year. Both clubs have scored on their first offensive opportunities. Dean Biasucci with Ron Stark holding the extra point. And we are all tied up. 9:24 to play in the first quarter. 7-7 here in the Hoosier Dome.
Our left and then goes back to the right. Solt and Call come around and make good blocks on the play as he drags Blackwood into the end zone. That is the same play, opposite way, that Wansley ran earlier in the drive on the big play. It's called a counter trap with both the guard and tackle pulling. The Colts felt that if it was good one way, it will be good the other way.
And they went 6 plays, 77 yards. It took 2:11 at the 9:24 mark. McMillan going over. McMillan now has passed the 3,500 mark as he has 21 yards today. Biasucci to kick off. And this is a boomer. Out of the end zone. It'll come to the 20-yard line. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Indianapolis Colts and the NFL is prohibited.
Well, that's the way to answer an opening drive by the Dolphins, if you're a Colt fan, is to just take it back in 6 plays and score. The Dolphins, the #1 offensive team in the National Football League, but also they've given up more points than any other team. So the Colts at least taking some solace in the fact that we can score against this team, although the Colts are the poorest scoring team in the league also.
They've now given up 227 points on the year. In trouble, Hampton. Nothing there for him as Scott Keller, number 94, now the nose man, the rookie out of Northern Illinois, made the play. Marino, #1 draft choice back in '83. He was 7 for 29 and 254 yards and a touchdown and an interception in the game against Indianapolis in game 2 of this season in the Orange Bowl. Loss of about a yard, 2nd down and 11. 8.5 to play, first period. Pass is complete, and that is Hampton. Hampton across the 30 out to the 35-yard line. Dave Aarons, number 57, making the play. Hampton, it'll be a first down.
Excuse me, Jay. I'm just going to say that Hampton has really blossomed this year, not only as a runner, but also as a receiver. He's caught 23 passes, and that's 4th on the team. Now, on most teams, 23 passes, you'd be right near the top, but with the Duper and Clayton catching a lot, and then, of course, Nathan. But Hampton is a big part of that offense.
Hampton just catching number 24 on the year. He was 4 for 40 in the victory over Indianapolis earlier this season. And this one is thrown away by Marino as things didn't materialize out to the right side. I want to remind our viewers that we'll be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player of today's game at the conclusion of the action here in the Hoosier Dome. And today is a doubleheader day on NBC. Seattle and Denver later this afternoon.
It's been a tough year for Don Shula already. Only 7 games into the season, and he's only won 2 after a tough preseason where lost the first 2 and then won the last 2. But as long as they've got Shula and that man right there, Dan Marino, they certainly have a chance.
2nd down and 10 from the 34. They may have a free play as it looked like the Colts jumped offside. That was Woody Bennett. But Bennett doesn't get anything as John Hand, the big rookie, number 78 from Alabama, made the tackle, and we'll see what the penalty is. Offside against the Colts. Marino 2 for 4 for 33 yards. Hampton leading the rushing with 26 yards on 4 carries.
Offside. Defense. Number 78. Repeat the down. 2nd down.
The call against Hand. They liken him to Too Tall Jones. Here's the ticker with Minnesota. An early lead over Cleveland. Pittsburgh has the lead over Cincinnati. New Orleans over the Jets. Chicago on top of Detroit. New England out in front. New England and Pittsburgh, it says there, they are not playing each other today. Ball batted away. Bruce Hardy, number 84, the tight end. Johnny Cooks, 98. Was right there.
It's pretty good coverage by Oldham's, 93. He would have had an interception were it not for right there, it was Aaron's 57 who knocks the ball away from Cook's 98. That's a situation where too many linebackers spoiled the interception. It's too bad for the Colts because that was a big break early in the ball game that they could use to get them going here in front of their home fans, where they played very well early in the ball games.
Out of the shotgun, 3rd down and 5 for Marino and the Dolphins. And incomplete at the 45-yard line. They were trying to get it to Jim Jensen, the versatile number 11 of these Dolphins, and John Holt, 21, the extra defensive back. Holt out of West Texas State, who has 6 career interceptions, was right there to make the play.
And Jensen is in the lineup, Jay, because of the absence of Tony Nathan. Nathan out with a toe injury forces Nat Moore to line up in the backfield in Nathan's position, and that causes Jim Jensen to go in at Nat Moore's position, and he doesn't run the routes as well as Nat Moore will.
Robbie Martin back to receive the punt that will come from the toe of Reggie Roby. And it's a dandy. And at the 10-yard line, Martin in trouble, gets away from one man. Penalty marker goes down. Martin returning it out to the 18-yard line. Andy Hendel, number 90, the linebacker, making the tackle. 51-yard punt, 9-yard return, and let's see what the penalty marker's about.
I think it's going to be against the Colts, Jay. Gene Daniel, number 38, with a push in the back.
Officials checking it out. And there it is, that push in the back. It's a penalty we see so often on these punts. Rod Dowhauer, 43 years old, out of Ord, Nebraska. His 2nd year here. He replaced Hal Hunter, who had taken over for Frank Cush. Dowhauer, very offensive-minded man who's gone for
Illegal
defense
block
here.
On the return, number 38 will be the 1st down.
That's Gene Daniel, just in the middle of your screen there, blocking on 25. There you see the push, blocking on Smith.
And we've got a timeout with 7:11 left to go in the 1st quarter. And this answers the question, can a young man from Evansville who played at Purdue make it in the National Football League? Bob, you remember this one?
So very well. Paul Warfield, of course, against the Baltimore Colts at that time, and Rick Vogt being outrun.
Those were some great glory years for Bob Greasy, Don Shula and company. Set to go, 1st down and 10 from the 8-yard line. Pitch coming back to Wansley, and Wansley barely to the 10-yard line. He's wrapped up by Brudzinski, number 59, the left outside linebacker. Wansley, who played at Mississippi State, number 4 draft choice. Good blocker, as well as a fellow who can run the football pretty well.
Well, he came out of a family of 7 or 8 brothers, and you got to be able to take care of yourself at the dinner table as well as on the football field when you come out of a football family with all those brothers.
2nd down. Wansley out. Extra tight end Mark Boyer, 84, is in the game. A single setback. McMillan trying to get some yardage. To about the 14-yard line he comes. Bob Baumhauer, number 73, the nose man, making the play. Baumhauer, of course, was on the injured reserve list in 85 because of knee problems.
Let's go in and take a look at the defensive line. Baumhauer and John Offerdahl, the Dolphins. Number 56 is Offerdahl. Watch how he uses his head and face to stuff the guard. That's big Ben Utt. He weighs 281 pounds. Offerdahl at 230 gives away 51 pounds. I asked him how he does it. He says, I do it with my face. We'll talk about it a little bit more a little bit later, but Offerdahl certainly undersized.
Here comes Owen Gill, or check it, here comes Wansley, who's just into the game along with Owen Gill there. Gill and Wansley in the backfield now. Glenn Blackwood, number 47, making the play. They don't get enough for the 1st down. Saw a shot there a moment ago of John Sandusky, one of the fine assistants. There's John. And the gentleman there, of course, in the cap, Mr. Don Strock.
John Sandusky's had a difficult time the last year and a half with all the problems injury-wise in the offensive line. He has done an outstanding job with the personnel that he has, but I'm sure he would like to have had all of his people in there playing full-time without the injuries.
Here comes a punt by Ron Stark, and a fair catch is called for by Kozlowski, who was back there with the newcomer Craig Ellis. And Miami, when we come back, will have the football at their own 33. Board here at the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis, and Bob, both clubs have had good play from their offensive lines early on.
Well, so often you see a team coming out trying to establish a run, but then they'll go away from it or it won't work the rest of the game. It remains to be seen. I know the Dolphins would like to run more, and the Colts, I think, have to run to establish the fact that they can keep the ball away from Marino.
The tight end goes in motion, Bruce Hardy, and the handoff going to the big guy Bennett. Bennett getting out near the 40-yard line. We get word that McMillan has a strained neck, and his status for the rest of this game, Randy McMillan of the Colts, is questionable. We'll continue to check on that situation.
That'd be tough, Jay, if they lose McMillan, because last week they lost Albert Bentley, who was from the University of Miami and playing very well. That would leave them with only 2 healthy backs that know the offense.
Colts have 5 starters on injured reserve. Marino steps up and throws, and it was almost a fine catch by Lorenzo Hampton as the ball was underthrown, and Hampton was trying to take it right off his shoe tops. Dave Aarons getting the start today at an inside linebacker spot, number 57, had the coverage.
That was a poor throw by Marino, and he'd be the first to admit it. What the Colts like to do is play a loose containing zone on the outside with their corners and their safety, and a matchup zone with their linebackers. So it's almost like a man-to-man within a zone. Now you have a nickel package, and you're probably going to see a lot of man-to-man coverage, and Marino should like what he sees here.
3rd and 4. Pruitt is in the lineup as a wide receiver. Over the middle, that is Nat Moore. Moore's at the 40. And the great veteran from Florida, now in his 13th season, picks up the first down. John Holt, 21, the extra defensive back in there, made the tackle.
Dolphins, when they go 4 wide receivers, you've heard that old saying that you're only as strong as your weakest link. Well, they find the Colts' weakest link, and that is number 21, John Holt, coming from the right side. Nat Moore, 89, is going to cut across the middle of the screen right there. Holt, 21, had the coverage, but beaten by Nat Moore, who is a very experienced, very smart wide receiver.
14th catch of the year for Nat Moore. First down at the 36-yard line. And Marino going down the sideline, and incomplete. Trying to get it to Mark Clayton. Leonard Coleman was tied up for a moment down there, but was able to spin out and make the play.
It's going to be an interesting matchup all day, as Don Shula is not happy. He felt that there was some interference going on. Clayton goes down. Clayton only 5'9", going against Coleman, who is a 6'2" defensive back. Here's the end of the play. Doesn't look to me like any interference. It's just that Clayton is upset that his fortunes weren't any better, because Coleman running in front of him just as the ball was getting there. Coleman fooled. It was a little down and out and up.
Dan Johnson, the tight end, with a strained hamstring for the Dolphins. He's questionable from here on out. Handoff going to Davenport, who had come in to replace Bennett. Giesler does a pretty good job. Good to have him back in there. Number 79 at left tackle. Scott Keller, 94, and Dwayne Bickett, 50, made the play.
Giesler going against number 78. John Hand, the number 1 draft choice, and Hand taking the inside charge. Giesler says that's one of the easier blocks I have. As you notice, we've already talked about the defensive line going and slanting one way or the other. It seems that the Colts trying to stop the running game, maybe getting more pressure on the quarterback with those slants to the right or left.
6 defensive backs in there for the Colts. Nathan and Davenport also in there. Over the middle, it is complete. And the catch made by Pruitt, the rookie out of Cal State Fullerton. It is a first down. They spread out that defense, and Holt again was the man who had to make the tackle. They're working on him.
Holt was just the man that happened to be covering Pruitt, who was in the middle of the field. Marino wanting to get up, pick up the first down, and took it with Pruitt right in the center of the diamond.
The Colts in Miami tied at 7 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ball at the Colts 23-yard line. Marino may have audibled here. He gives to the first man through. That is Woody Bennett. Johnny Cook's number 98 came up to make the tackle. Bennett starting the day with 95 yards on the season, a 5-point rushing average. The free agent played at the University of Miami. He trots off now. He's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7. Clayton goes wide to the right. Cooper is set to the left side. Marino straight back on the drop. Lots of time. And a great catch at the goal line by Hampton.
No good, no catch.
Oh, they call it no catch. It looked all right to me. I'll be anxious to look at this replay. Wayne Bickett, the right outside linebacker, number 50, had the play. Let's take a look at it.
Well, Hampton comes out of the backfield, 27, and then he skirts inside of Bickett. Well, we couldn't see from that angle.
We got another angle, I think.
The official is just to the left, so he has good view of the play. Yeah, that's not conclusive either. The replay official may be looking at the same thing we are, and it has to be indisputable visual evidence to change it.
Well, those two plays make it very tough for them. But from our angle right on the 50, it appeared to me, Bob, that he had made the catch.
Well, they're talking, as you see right there. The umpire and the crew is Gordon Wells. He has an earpiece. It's a new system with this instant replay. He's wearing an earpiece now. He used to have a walkie-talkie, so he can hear a lot better. You can see it wired up into his ear there, and he has a little microphone that he talks to, and they're asking, you know, what did you see? And from the two replays we saw,
it'd be tough.
It'd be tough to change.
Yes, it would from those two replays.
Because he was right there and had a good shot at it.
Don Shula very concerned. World championship teams in 72 and 73. 6 unbeaten streaks in his career of 10 or more wins with the Dolphins. Coach Shula, of course, on the National Football League's competition committee. I think from where Coach Shula was, he thought he made the catch too.
Well, and Shula is a proponent of the instant replay system, and I'm sure he's going to go along with whichever way it goes. Dowhauer feels the same way, but of course it doesn't hurt to lobby a little bit.
The crowd here would like, and Shula's very upset. The crowd here would like to get the game going.
After further review by the instant replay official, the play stands. Incomplete pass, 3rd down.
And I think the reason was there was no indisputable evidence there. Coach Shula a little miffed. Nathan, 22 now in the game. As a setback. Pruitt goes wide to the right. Duper set to the left side. 3rd down and 7.
Matt Moore, wide receiver in the backfield.
Marino over the middle and down to the 10-yard line and a 1st down. Pruitt's 2nd catch of the game. Leonard Coleman, number 31, made the stop, and we'll go back to the play a moment ago. The pass to Hampton.
Marino throws the ball well to the inside, and Bickett misses it. Now there he has the ball, but you can't see from his body, blocking us from the view. And the side judge that made the call had a perfect view right in there. So you've got to go with the official on the field on that one.
It is a 1st down just outside the 10-yard line. This is the 10th play of the drive coming up. Colts and Miami tied 7-7. 1 minute to play in this first period. On the wing left, Bruce Hardy in motion now to the right side. Handoff going to Hampton. And the Colts come up with a big play. Hampton couldn't cut the corner. The rookie John Hand, the Alabama second. Leading the way, number 93, Cliff Odom. Donnell Thompson, 99. They all played it very, very well. Here's Hand. 2 sacks already this season.
And likes that number 78. He says when he was growing up, his idol was Bubba Smith. Played for the Baltimore Colts, wore that 78 number, and it's the one number that he wanted when he was drafted by the Indianapolis Colts, and says he hopes to play as well as Bubba did.
Bubba could make it happen out there.
Bubba gave me a few headaches now and then.
I'm sure of that. Second down and 12. A lot of time. Marino got all kinds of time directing traffic. Oh, he had a man wide open. Mark Duper in the left corner of the end zone, and he overthrew him. Tate Randall had the coverage, but he wasn't close.
Well, he was wide open, but he had to throw it over 2 linebackers, so he wanted to get it there as quickly as he could. Good protection gives the receivers and forces the defensive backs to cover a long time as Marino is just throwing this ball away. I don't think he ever even sees Duper open in the end zone, but he really wasn't as open as much as you think, because the 2 defensive men were right in front of him, and it was a tough throw.
All right, it brings up 3rd down and 12. Duper goes to the right side. Clayton set to the left. Moore is in the slot left. Over the middle. Intended for Moore. Incomplete. Holt, 21, was there with the coverage. Again, they're working on him. And the gun sounds, and we come to the end of the first period of play. The Colts and the Dolphins tied at 7. Steelers and Cincinnati. Pittsburgh has the early lead in that one. Chicago leading Detroit. New England over Buffalo, and the Raiders over Houston. Green Bay 14-0 over Frisco. Kansas City now leading Tampa Bay 7-3. Philadelphia an early lead against San Diego. We're 7-7 here and have a field goal try coming up as Fuad Reveiz played at Tennessee and went to Sunset High in the Miami area. The young man from Bogota has made 5 of 10 field goal attempts. Frankly, he's been a little disappointing this year.
That's right, Jay. Percentage-wise, he ranks like 25th in the entire league among field goal kickers. Had an excellent year last year and has had some spurts where he hasn't kicked well this year, but still a fine kicker, and Shula has a lot of confidence in him. Everybody's going to have their ups and downs, and this is a young man with a lot of confidence, and Shula likes him.
It will be Don Strock to handle the holding at the 20-yard line. A 30-yard field goal attempt as we get play underway in the second period. And the kick is good. And the Dolphins take a 3-point lead. 10-7 here in the Hoosier Dome. Hoosier Dome. Miami leading 10-7, and Fuad Reveiz set to put the ball in play. Robbie Martin, number 88, out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Originally a Steeler draft pick back in '81, set to receive. Martin, 1 yard in, fumble, and he gets it to the 5, to about the 9. Martin, with the mistake, puts the Colts deep. Jim Jensen on the specialty unit, down to make the tackle, number 11. Jack Trudeau, who set an NCAA record, 215 consecutive passes without an interception for Illinois. And Mike White could use Trudeau and some people to go with him these days.
Well, they're starting, Jay. They've got some good young wide receivers now, and Billy Brooks and Murray, Walter Murray, they just signed. So the talent is becoming a little bit more experienced for the Colts.
Number 84 is Mark Boyer, the tight end, who was in motion there. That's Owen Gill, 44. Gill, who was the all-time leading rusher at Iowa, comes into today's game with 99 yards and a 4.7 average. Stop made by Offerdahl, number 56. And now it's Wansley and Gill in the backfield for the Colts.
So look at John Offerdahl. He tapes his hands a little different than most linebackers. He really uses his hands and his thumbs. He tapes his thumbs up, so when he takes on those big offensive linemen, he can jam them right into his shoulder pads and really hits them with his arms and his face, unlike a lot of linebackers in the National Football League.
Trudeau sets up, has time, gets it out here to Wansley. Wansley out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Knocked out by William Judson, 49. Pressure coming at the last minute there. It's going to be a first down.
Here's Offerdahl, 56, as he sees an opening and then blitzes right up the middle. Good job there by Donaldson, 53, as Offerdahl gets there too late. And Trudeau showed a little experience there, Jay, as he looked downfield and then didn't find a man open and came off to the outlet man, Wansley.
Hand off to Wansley. Wansley cracks across the 25-yard line. He's hit by Paul Langford, number 44. T.J. Turner, 95. Ahmad Rashad, update time. Let's go to New York.
All right, Jay Randolph in Pittsburgh. Quarterback Mark Malone eludes a tackler and finds Rich Ehrenberg deep in the end zone. Great catch. Pittsburgh leads 10-0 second quarter.
Thank you, Ahmad. Hubie Oliver, number 30, in the backfield now, along with Wansley. That's Wansley, and he's brought down on a fine play by Mark Brown. Brown, number 51, who's been a real find, the number 9 draft pick. Top tackler last year. He made the play. Of course, they miss Hugh Green over there.
Hubie Oliver, number 30, is ahead of him blocking. You see Hubie not knowing who to block. Oliver was just picked up this week. He had been with the Colts in training camp. The Colts with only 3 healthy running backs now since McMillan went out. Albert Bentley went out last week. Wansley and Gill are the only 2 healthy that know the system. Hubie Oliver in there, I'd have to say he doesn't know it as well as he should.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 6 from the 25. Trudeau has time. He throws, almost intercepted. Pass intended for Walter Murray, and it was William Judson coming up and almost taking it away.
Judson almost with the interception. The problem is the pass was late, but the receiver, Murray, who has only been with the Colts 2 weeks, really broke it too quickly. He didn't run a good route, so Trudeau was expecting him to go a little deeper, and it makes the quarterback look bad when the ball gets there late and almost caused an interception.
A 10-minute ticker as we update you. Raiders leading Houston 7-0. Green Bay over San Francisco now 14-7. Tampa Bay has retaken the lead over Kansas City. And this punt coming to Ellis. Ellis taken down from behind at the 39-yard line. Owen Gill, a fine play. We have 12 minutes and 19 seconds left to play in the first half. That was a 41-yard punt, a 4-yard return. Back with more in a moment. The first period of play, the Dolphins dominating there, but only leading 10-7. They start from their own 39-yard line. Reno may have audibled here. Going to go upstairs, and a little outlet over the middle, and that's Hampton still on the move all the way to the 40-yard line. A penalty marker thrown back at the 35. Eugene Daniel, 38, made the stop, and we'll see what the call is. The indication is it might be a face mask. They're going to bring it back. Let's check it out.
Hands, offense, number 79, grasping the face mask. Repeat the down. First down.
Call against Giesler, grasping the face mask.
Giesler has said he's still not comfortable. As you see him block it on Bickett, number 50. Bickett made the all-rookie team last year. Got his hands up in the face mask. He didn't actually grab it, but you cannot put your arms and hands up in the face mask in the head area. That was the penalty.
10-yarder. First down and 20. The ball back now at the 34-yard line. Marino throws behind Lorenzo Hampton. 14 NFL games played last week. It produced only 2 100-yard receiving performances, Bob, and both of them were for the Dolphins against the Raiders. Clayton had 4 for 109 and a touchdown, and Duper 5 for 101 yards. And they accounted for 210 of Marino's 286 passing yards. Marino now 5 for 15, 74 yards. Going to be second down and 20. 12 minutes left to play in the first half, and Miami leading 10-7. Nathan and Hampton, 22 and 27 in the backfield. Marino out to Hampton. Gets to the outside and got some of the yardage back as he reached the 36 or 37-yard line. Eugene Daniel, number 38, running him out over there. Let's call it at the 37, where it'll be third down. Number 38 there, Daniel, out of LSU. 16 career interceptions. He intercepted a Marino pass in a game in '84, incidentally.
He's played very well for the Colts. 14 interceptions the last 2 years, and 2 this year to make up the 16. Is a gambler, though, Jay. He'll take some chances. He's a type of cornerback that you have to be careful on if you're throwing in his area, but also you can get something done with a curl and go or an out and up.
Folks here rooting for the defense. Third down and 12 at the 37. Under the rush, steps up and throws. It is complete at the 45-yard line. First down, Pruitt. His third catch of the afternoon. Leonard Coleman, number 31, and Marino did an excellent job of scrambling out of trouble and finding a man for the first down.
Well, you hit that right on the head, Jay. Most of the quarterbacks in the league would have been sacked in this situation. Marino feels the pressure. Now he comes up, steps up into the pocket, and gives Pruitt the time to get open in front of Coleman. Probably his finest quality, and he has a lot of fine qualities, is the fact that he does not get sacked. You talk about the defensive coordinators around the league, just cannot get to him consistently.
It is a first down at the 45 when Marino wants to go upstairs again. Going long downfield, and it is incomplete. Oh my, Clayton nearly made that catch. Tate Randall was there with him, and I had to wait for just a moment because it looked like Clayton was going to hold on.
Well, we just talked about, well, you're not going to see it from this angle, but you're going to see the catch or the try to catch. Randall makes a good play, but the point I want to make is Eugene Daniel, number 38, was beaten on the play. We just talked about him being having 16 interceptions the last 2 years, how he can get an out and up or a move and go on him. That's exactly what the Dolphins did. Clayton went down, made a little move to the inside. Daniel jumped on it, and then Clayton was by him, and Randall, reading the eyes of Marino, got back there and made the tackle and knocked the ball loose from Clayton.
Clayton, an Indiana native from Indianapolis, went to Catholic high school here. Second down and 10. Hampton, big hole. Hampton, first down and more as he reaches the 31-yard line. Eugene Daniel, 38, making the play. Hampton, 6 feet tall. At 63 yards on 16 carries, 2 touchdowns in the victory over Indianapolis in the second game of this season for Miami. Miami's 2 victories coming against Indianapolis and Buffalo. Ball at the 32-yard line where it'll be first and 10. 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. Miami leads at 10-7. That's Hardy going in motion, the tight end. And Hampton finds a little running room. He dashes up the middle there, ferrets his way through, and got to the 26-yard line before Dave Aarons, number 56, the inside linebacker, stopped him.
Jay, let's go back and take a look at that play, the one before when Clayton almost caught the ball. See if I don't think we're going to see it from this angle right here, but you'll see to the right side 38 Daniel being beaten on the play, and Tate Randall getting over there and knocks away the ball, which would have been a Dolphin touchdown. Second down and 4.
Again, again in motion, the tight end. The pass comes out to Hardy, and Hardy lost the ball. The catch was good, and he lost the ball out of bounds at the 24 and lost yardage. Tate Randall one-on-one out there with Hardy. Coming into today's game, Hardy had caught 20 for 167. Hardy, of course, a quarterback in college for a while, played at Arizona State. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 at the 24.
Hardy, Jay, reminds me a lot of Todd Christensen from the Raiders. How he can get downfield, knows when he's open, knows the clock. He's got a clock in his head. When the quarterback's ready to throw, that's when he's going to be open. He's not open all the time, but when the quarterback's ready, he's going to be open. You know, it's interesting because Christensen wasn't a tight end. He was a running back, and Hardy the same way. Was not a tight end in college, but changed, but does it very well.
Duper's at the top of the screen. 3rd down and 2. From the gun, Marino. And he fires, and it is complete. 1st down as Clayton stepped out of bounds in front of Leonard Coleman, number 31. The ball at the 13-yard line. Here's the ticker with Cleveland and Minnesota tied at 3. Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati, and the Jets over New Orleans now. 2nd quarter action. Chicago leading Detroit. The Raiders 14-0 over Houston. Green Bay still leading San Francisco, and Tampa Bay 13-7 over Kansas City. At the 13-yard line. 1st down for Miami. They lead at 10-7. 9.5 to go. There's Rod Dahlhauer.
It's a situation where they like to go to Hardy.
Marino double pumps, and well, he had the tight end Bruce Hardy open, but threw it away. Nesby Glasgow was a few yards behind Hardy. Let's pause briefly now for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
WSVN, Channel 7, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
With Bob Greasy, Jay Randolph here in Indianapolis, and Miami leading 10-7. We're in the 2nd period of play. A 2nd down and 10 coming at the 13-yard line. Davenport, number 30, in the backfield, along with Lorenzo Hampton. Hardy again in motion. This is Davenport down to the 7-yard line. Davenport, who went to Louisville, born in Bermuda. Johnny Cooks, number 98, on the tackle with help from Leonard Coleman, 31. 9 minutes to play now in this 1st half. The first touchdown of the game scored by Hampton on the first try on offense for the Dolphins. McMillan scored on the first try for the Colts. Rebays kicked the field goal. Dolphins knocking on the door. 3rd and 4. And it is a touchdown. Penalty marker goes down on the play. It was Duper making the catch with Leonard Coleman there. And the call, I'm assuming, is against Coleman. But the catch was still made by Duper as he was pushed backward.
Holding on the defense, number 31, penalty decline, touchdown.
Call against Coleman, and Miami increases its lead.
Take a look at this as you see the protection on Armstrong, 79. Just a down and out. Really couldn't see the penalty happen before that, but the holding on Coleman, who is trying to cover those little wide receivers of the Dolphins as best he can.
They're little and they're fast. Quad Rebays kicks the point. 8:29 to play in the 1st half. Miami 17, Indianapolis 7. Goal line. Martin gets to the 15, to the 20, steps through at the 25, gets to the 26-yard line. Nice job by Robbie Martin, who is averaging 20.7 yards per return coming into today's play. Jack Trudeau comes back in. Trudeau came into the game at Miami when Hogaboom was injured. He was 5 out of 10 in that game for 50 yards. He was sacked 4 times. as Bob has indicated, a very important series now for the Colts, who are down by 10. They start from the 27th. Handoff going to Owen Gill, number 44. Gill gets up near the 30-yard line. This has been the Colts' best field position to start a drive. T.J. Turner, number 95, the rookie, number 3 draft choice from Houston, making the play. Owen Gill averaging 4.7 per carry coming into today's game, but he only had 13 yards in the game earlier against the Dolphins. The Dolphins really shut down their running game on that day.
Well, I think that's the thing they were looking to do, and I think they're also looking to do that today and force Trudeau to have to throw the football.
And Trudeau set to put it up. He does. Penalty marker goes down. The pass complete to the far sideline to Wansley, who had caught 8 for 97 yards coming into today. Langford, 44, had the coverage, and we'll see what the penalty is. It was thrown in there right along the line of scrimmage, would indicate might be holding. Dick Hantak is from my hometown of St. Louis.
There is no flag. It's a first down.
Well, I'm sure Rod Dahauer is happy. The Colts 28th in the league in the penalty yards, the last in the league, most penalized, and a big first down pass to get the offense untracked, get them moving, and you get a flag thrown in an area that looked to be holding. They picked one up for you, Rod, so things are looking up.
He was a former small school All-American at San Diego when Don Coryell coached there. First down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Quick handoff to Gill. He steps outside, and Gill gets out to the 43-yard line, upended there by Offerdahl, number 56, who has just played brilliantly for the Dolphins this season, the big rookie. Well, at the top of the show today, we showed you Gary Hogeboom being injured in the game down in Miami in week 2. There's the young man. They had really counted on him.
I talked to him before the game. He says he's going to start throwing next week. Whether or not he's going to play anymore this year is up in the air, but it's nice to see him back on the sideline and looking forward to throwing.
Trudeau has time over the middle. It is complete. Number 80, Billy Brooks, the rookie from Boston University. Offerdahl again makes the tackle. Brooks had caught 20 for 428 yards and a 21.4 average coming into today's game. 9th in receiving yards in the AFC. There's Offerdahl. He's been a dandy.
He has been the real pleasant surprise for the Dolphins on defense. They haven't had many nice things to say about the Dolphin defense because they haven't played that well, but Offerdahl has been the shining light, playing very well and has a great future in this league.
First down for the Colts. Ball right at midfield. Trudeau rolling, throwing back against the grain to the tight end, Greg LaFleur. And LaFleur very close to a first down at the 40-yard line. Offerdahl and Brown, 56 and 51, were there to make the play. LaFleur came over here from St. Louis. It's his first year here. He's a free agent. He was a quarterback his first 2 years at LSU. And, of course,
he played for Rod Dahauer.
Dahauer had some ideas about his play because he was over in St. Louis. He was originally the number 3 draft pick at Philadelphia, was LaFleur. They're going to measure it here to see if we've got the first down for the Colts. 5:54 to go in the first half. Miami leading 17-7. Ooh, first down.
And you saw Rod Dahauer looking at his chart right there. Now, he is the offensive play caller. He's not the coordinator. Billy Matthews handles that, but you see him yelling a play in. He has those plays broken down by field position and also down in distance, and knows what the Dolphins like to do in different situations. And he's the offensive play caller, and on the opposite side of the field for the Dolphins, of course, calling the defensive signals, Chuck Studley. So it's a little mental game going in inside of the big game.
Things continue to go poorly for the Colts. Of course, they may have the number 1 draft choice, and that might be Testaverde. There might be some people wanting to do business with the Colts because the Colts keep saying they want some more defensive help here.
Well, the Colts have drafted defense in the first round 5 of the last 6 years, and 2 of those years Dowhauer was here, offensive line, and you've got to give him credit for trying to build his defense.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Boyer, the tight end, in motion, and the pitch back coming to the single setback. Owen Gill fighting for yardage just inside the 35-yard line. Jackie Shipp 50, Bud Brown 43 making the tackle. Owen Gill doing a good job of battling for that extra yardage down the left side. Coming up at halftime, of course, we'll have NFL 86 with Bill and Ahmad and our old friend Paul McGuire. They'll update you with scores and highlights on this, the midway point of the regular season of the National Football League. A sellout here, 60,127 seats available to the folks here in the Hoosier Dome. 2nd down and 4. Motion from Wansley. Trudeau sets up and throws, and it is complete. And it is Greg LaFleur who has the first down as he makes his 2nd catch of the afternoon. Jackie Shipp 50. And Glenn Blackwood 47 on the tackle. Good looking play.
Exactly, Jay. Good play as LaFleur will come in, press to the inside, and then break outside. And a good catch by LaFleur. Nice drive by the Colts. And as you mentioned earlier, a big drive was needed here to get the fans and the Colts back in the game. And that's exactly what the Colts have going right here.
New England leading Buffalo 10-0. The Raiders up 14-0. Tampa Bay still leading Kansas City. Philadelphia with that 3-0 lead over San Diego. Owen Gill near the 20-yard line. Gill wrapped up by T.J. Turner, number 95. Gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 right at the 20-yard line. Chuck Studley. He's been under some fire, you might say.
He was giving the signals, but it almost looked like he was smiling. Chuck hasn't smiled a lot. Nice man and been under a lot of pressure, as you said, and not all of it deserved.
Owen Gill caught behind the line, and there's that man Offerdahl again. He played at Western Michigan, and he was a number 2 draft choice, actually the 1st pick. He's smart. Very smart. He calls the defensive signals. Very talented. He plays the French horn. He can play anything he wants to, as far as I'm concerned.
Had a 3.0 grade point average on a 4-point system in biomedicine, and some scouts thought that he may go into medicine, be a doctor, and not play in the NFL. And some of them were not as high on him as they should have been because of that.
Colts 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. Out of the shotgun, Trudeau. And over the middle, incomplete. He had Billy Brooks, the rookie, right over the middle, but Brooks couldn't hold on as Glenn Blackwell came in to make the hit.
Well, Glenn Blackwood was
out
of the lineup the first 5 or 6 games for the Dolphins. He is the defensive leader for this team, as you'll see at the top, number 80, Brooks coming across. Blackwood slides into the middle. Now he is free to play the middle of the field. Initially, it looked like there was no one in there, and Trudeau and Brooks took the bait. Blackwood came and knocked the ball loose, and we see the Colts setting up for a field goal.
Biasucci, 4 out of 10 in field goals this year, his longest 46 yards. This one will be a 39-yard attempt with Stark holding. The kick is on the way, and it is good. 2.5 minutes to go in this first half, and the Colts very competitive here. It's 17-10 Miami as Biasucci gets the field goal.
Well, it was a big drive for the Colts, at least to get out and get a field goal. I'm sure the Dolphins and Chuck Studley are happy that they kept it. Anytime you're 0-7, you're not going to have your fans support as much as you'd like, but I think that drive down, getting 3 points on the board, it continues the fact that you're still in the ballgame.
Well, it's a great tribute, of course, to the sports fans of Indiana. This building sold out again here today. I want to remind you, next Saturday, Super Saturday, NBC Sports presents one of the premier sporting events in the world. Live from Santa Anita in California, the Breeders' Cup 3. Hope you'll join us at 2 Eastern Time. Racing's richest day, featuring 10 championship races with $10 million in purses. Also a $250,000 steeplechase. It'll be my pleasure to be there along with the host of our NBC announcing crew on the greatest day in racing. You'll enjoy the beauty of the horse and the beauty of Santa Anita with us, I hope, next Saturday.
I want to know, are they going to pay you for doing that, or
I sure hope
pay
so.
them, huh?
I'm going to pay them probably in more ways than one. Dean Biasucci kicking off. And it is Davenport coming out to about the 22-yard line. And Dan Marino, there's a quote from him as he will take over and try to get something going as John Holt came down to make the tackle there. Marino with 2 minutes and 22 seconds with which to operate.
I think at times, Jay, that Dan has really tried to do too much. You know, he threw 6 touchdown passes a few weeks ago against the Jets, and that was not enough to win. And I think he was kind of frustrated at that point. Says, if 6 isn't enough, you know, how many do we have to get? And you just cannot do it all yourself.
He's 10 of 22. And this one comes up short. It looked for a minute like he was going for Hampton, and the ball came up short of Duper. I'm not sure who he was trying to go to. He had some pressure that time from Donnell Thompson.
79 is Armstrong, and 98 is Cooks. As Armstrong, 79, and Cooks get there late. But Marino, in talking with some of the Colts beforehand, they didn't talk about sacking Marino. They talked about quick pressure, getting to him quickly and forcing him not to wait as long as he wanted to. And that time they did exactly that because the pattern was a square in and he had to throw it before he was ready.
Second down. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. Out it comes to Davenport. He's at the 30, 35, and a first down. Odom 93 and Aaron's 57. The inside linebackers making the play. Davenport had caught 1 pass for 4 yards coming into today's game. We get the 2-minute warning here with Miami leading 17-10. Half and an opportunity for Dan Marino and company to go to the 2-minute offense.
Well, they've been very good at the 2-minute offense, and a lot of times they'll use that 2-minute offense in the middle of the game, not hurry up offense, but they score very quickly. Chuck Studley, the defensive coordinator, had a nice comment a couple weeks ago when the Dolphins dominated Buffalo by dominating the time of possession by saying, geez, our defensive guys look great sitting on the bench, meaning
right.
that sometimes it's nice to have your guys on the sideline and have those long ball control drives by the offense. You don't see many of those now because Marino can get the ball downfield pretty quickly, but it does cause a problem for your defense.
First down at the 35-yard line. The Dolphins operating in their own territory, leading 17-10. And from the shotgun, the handoff goes to Hampton. He's over the 40 to the 41-yard line. That play, the handoff out of the shotgun, has come very much into vogue in the last year or so. You see the clock time remaining here in the first half. And now they'll operate from the shotgun. Marino steps up and throws, and it's a first down as Tony Nathan took it in. As Bob mentioned earlier, Nathan playing with a bruised toe. He did not practice this week. Johnny Cooks, 98, there on the play. They moved the chains. First down and 10 out at the 46-yard line with 1:19 to play. 7 defensive backs in there now for the Colts. And Marino throws outside, incomplete. Trying to go on the far side to Mark Clayton. There's Don Shula, coach of the decade in the 70s. Only George Halas has more wins in National Football League play.
Shula will call the plays for Marino, most first and second down situations, and will allow Marino to call him on some third. Strock is always near Shula and has a lot of good ideas. Shula thinks a lot of Strock's knowledge and ability. Strock also sends in the formations, not the plays, but the formations to get the organization and the right players in and off the field.
And the Dolphins spread out all over the field for Marino. throw to this side, incomplete. Going to Nat Moore. Or check it, that was Mark Clayton. And Leonard Coleman, number 31, had the coverage. Clayton couldn't quite hold on. Clayton's got a bunch of folks here today. He got something like 60 tickets, and he gave them to his mother to hand out so she would collect the cash for them. A lot of people think they give away freebies in the National Football League. That's not so.
Well, a few years ago when he first came up here, he did it himself, and they said, thanks, Mark, appreciate the tickets. And the next year he said, wait a minute, you're going to have somebody else do this.
Third down, 10. Again from the shotgun. All kinds of time. Marino now scrambling, throwing, and it is incomplete. Incomplete at the 40-yard line. A low throw intended for Clayton, and he couldn't control it. So Miami will have to give up the football, and there's still some time for the Colts to do some work.
Jay, Marino is not as sharp as I've seen him in the past. He's been scrambling around at times, and the receivers have been open, and the ball is not really on target as much as it could have been. Now watch here. Nobody in front of him. He has a clear vision, not pressured, and the ball is wobbly and thrown low. So, you know, it's
Boy,
tough.
he had him wide open there.
Well, exactly. And when you expect Marino to be perfect and super every week, he's just being human a few times here today.
Reggie Roby set the punt to Martin.
Great matchup of punters here today. We got the number 1 punter in Ron Stark and the number 4 punter in the entire league in Reggie Roby.
Another dandy. And they're going to let it go, and a fine job downfield for the Dolphins. Number 24 to make the play. Renee Thompson, the cornerback, he was down there and down that ball as he took it in at the 7-yard line.
Excellent play by by Thompson. Roby, not known for his finesse kicking, in fact is one of the poorer kickers in the National Football League in kicking it inside the 20. I think he only has 4 punts out of several that he's punted this year. Take a look at the punting comparison between Stark, what their average is for the season and then today. But Roby not known for his finesse. Certainly that time Thompson helping him out.
Let's see what the Colts are going to do. They certainly don't want to turn it over down in here. Owen Gill out to about the 10-yard line, maybe the 11. Now the fans didn't particularly like that call.
Absolutely the right call. You have 40 seconds to go in the game, and that is the right play to make.
And we'll be back with more right after this. NFL 86. Bob Costas and the crew updating you with scores and highlights.
Costas pulling double duty today with the World Series tonight and NFL 86 in the afternoon.
Is that some game last night?
Outstanding. Outstanding. I didn't turn off the tube and go to sleep like I did in the LCS when Clemens was pitching. Hung on, and what an outstanding. Should be a great game this evening.
Well, those words of Casey Stengel come back to haunt you, don't they? It's never over till it's over, boys and girls. Second down and 6. And Trudeau hands off to Owen Gill. And Gill outside, close to a first down. Looks like he's about a yard short. Mark Brown, number 51, making the play. Clock running down to 30 seconds.
Brown had an excellent opportunity there, Jay. He was coming up from behind to make the tackle. I don't know whether we can see that again or not, but he had an excellent opportunity late in the half when you know the other team is running it out to try and knock the ball out of his hands. You know, you've got impact players and big players, guys that can try and cause fumbles. And at this point in time, aggressiveness would be a good quality to have, and that would have been an opportunity to knock the ball loose.
Well, some of the faithful here didn't like that last set of plays by the Colts, but I think, as you mentioned, Bob, it was very wise. They didn't want to turn it over down there and give up more points. They're in this football game here at halftime. Miami leading 17-10 over the Colts, and a pretty good job by both sides here in the first half. NFL 86 halftime activities will continue in a moment. We'll be right back after these messages.
So not throwing that much in the first half, but they've got to be happy where they are.
Well, a couple of Dolphin fans there in the middle of the crowd. Tate Randall was the injured player, and he got dinged along the right eye there. Apparently he is all right as he came off under his own power. We get word that Randy McMillan, the 6-year veteran out of Pitt, the running back, will not be back today for the Colts, a strained neck. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Pitch back coming to Wansley. Wansley gets near the 20-yard line, a pickup of about 3 yards. Offerdahl 56, Brown 51 there to make the tackle.
Last week, the special teams for the Dolphins were put them in a difficult situation, allowing the Raiders to score 10 points. This week, playing much better, the Colts' average starting position on their drives the 15-yard line. So the coverage team on the kickoff's doing a good job.
Don Shula was not pleased with his pass blocking. He wasn't pleased with his pass rushing. He certainly wasn't pleased with the special units in the loss to the Raiders. 2nd down and 6. Number 80, Bill Brooks, the rookie, goes in motion to the far sideline. Trudeau has time over the middle. He throws complete to Matt Bouza, his first catch of the game. Bouza coming into today's game had caught 32 for 429 yards, and William Judson made the tackle, number 49, from the right cornerback spot.
Bouza is an outstanding possessions type receiver and having a great year. He's caught a lot of passes the last 3 games. One of the men that the Dolphins want to key on today.
1st down at the 28-yard line. 13.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, and Miami leads it 17-10. That's Wansley. Gets around the corner. 1st down and more. Wansley bumped out of bounds at the 42-yard line by Bud Brown, the free safety, number 43. And Wansley, he seems to be able to get his motor running very well this afternoon. He moved on this one.
Watch 75 Hinton as he gets a great block right there on Langford. Big offensive lineman, a Pro Bowl player, came over from Denver in the trade for John Elway. Chris Hinton, the left tackle, 290 pounds.
Wansley having a big day, 73 yards on 7 carries. 1st down at the 42-yard line. Brooks in motion to the near side this time. Pass goes out and isn't handled very well by Owen Gill. Pass a little high on the swing to the right side, but Gill probably should have caught it.
Well, he had to, excuse me, Jay, he had to throw it high because of Brzezinski. Brzezinski was in pressuring Trudeau and raised his hands and forced Jack to throw the ball over him and a little bit high.
Trudeau looking to the sidelines, getting the play. 10-minute ticker. Minnesota now leading Cleveland. Pittsburgh putting it on Cincinnati, and the Jets defeating New Orleans. Chicago in the lead in their game with Detroit. Here it is 17-10. Miami leading the Colts. Wansley again, heading it back into the middle across the 45 to the 47-yard line. And it was T.J. Turner, number 95, there to make the play. Tampa Bay and Kansas City tied at 13. Philadelphia leading on 2 field goals over San Diego, now 6-0. Green Bay still leading San Francisco. Don Shula, his Dolphins, looking for their 3rd victory of the year, which would bring them to 3-5, and as he hopes, get them started on a string. 3rd down and 5 at the 47. Trudeau to throw, comes to the sideline and complete for the 1st down to Wansley. Very nice, as Wansley made the catch in front of the linebacker, Mark Brown, number 51.
Little motion on the part of the Colts caused some confusion among the linebackers of the Dolphins, as you see a nice catch and good footwork to get the 1st down.
The Colts have been protecting the passer much better, Bob, in the past 4 games. First 3 games of the season, the Colts allowed a total of 20 sacks. Over the past 4 games, they have surrendered a total of only 7. This time, Wansley is wrapped up. And boy, leading the way was George Little, number 99. There's Little, out of Iowa, has 1 sack this year. He's been a very consistent performer.
He's taken Kim Bokamper's place, who has been with the Dolphins a long time. And on the other end, T.J. Turner, a rookie, third-round draft choice. Both young defensive ends starting for the Dolphins. And, of course, with Offerdahl backing him up, you've got some good young players in that defensive front seven for the Miami Dolphins.
Hubie Oliver, number 30, four-year man out of Arizona. Picked up this week, is in there now, but it's Wansley again getting the call. Penalty marker down. Jackie Shipp, number 50, came over, and we may get a call for clotheslining here along the sideline.
Bud Brown coming over and finishing off the tackle.
Jackie Shipp is pleading his case, but now Glenn Blackwood comes over to say something.
Foul. Defense, number 50, blow to the head, first down.
Jackie Shipp, they got the call as we see Blackwood not making the tackle. And look to the left of your screen. Right there, Jackie Shipp with a forearm blow up to the head, which is illegal. Anything up to the neck and the head area is a penalty. And Jay, this year the Dolphins are the normally they've been in the past the least penalized team, or one of the least. This year they're ranked sixth from fewest yards penalized. So that's been another problem for Shula, along with the turnovers and the other things that he's had to deal with.
Brooks goes wide to the right, and Booz is set to the left side after the penalty. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line for the Colts. And Trudeau going long, and it is intercepted. Coming away with it, William Judson. Judson, his first interception of this season. He had 4 last year, and the 15th of his career. He's been the top defensive back for the Dolphins the past 3 years.
Dowhauer's wondering what happened, and obviously that was not where the ball was supposed to go. Trudeau learning something right here in his indoctrination to the National Football League. Thought he had an opportunity to get the ball in, threw it far down the field. Trudeau is pleading his case. As you see, he was supposed to throw the ball shorter. Now at the very end, it says, let me try this one. Good coverage by Judson. He sees the ball and makes the catch. Judson didn't really know what to do with the ball, Jay. When he got back up, he didn't know whether to spike it or what.
Dolphins have possession at their own 20-yard line as they thwart that Colt drive that might have tied it up. Lorenzo Hampton doesn't get much, maybe a half a yard. He was banged by Donnell Thompson, number 99. We have 11.5 minutes to play as Dowhauer continues to speak with his quarterback.
This is a learning session right here. It's making no mistake about it. Dowhauer, as you see, walking away a little bit perturbed at his young quarterback. But this is how you learn. There's more than one way to learn. There's one, you sit on the sidelines and watch, and the others you learn by experience. And he learned by experience on that play.
Marino complete to Hampton. Hampton has a first down as he rolls to the 35-yard line. The middle linebackers. Odom, 93, and Aarons, 57, to make the tackle there. First down for Miami. Again, a look at Jack Trudeau. Jack, who played at Illinois for Mike White. He's a quarterback who they tell us has become more aware in recent weeks. Obviously, he's just coming off a mistake here, and the Colts had a chance to tie it. And now the Dolphins are trying to come back and put more points on the board. That's the tight end, Bruce Hardy. He had caught 20 coming into today's game. 9-year veteran from Arizona State, stopped by number 93, Clip Odom.
I think one of the reasons Dowhauer, as we take a look at Shula and Straw conferring, Dowhauer was upset because they did have a nice drive going. The opening drive of the second half, I'm sure his remarks at halftime alluded to the fact we get the opening kickoff. Let's go back down and see if we can score, tie this thing up. They had a nice drive going, and the interception certainly wasn't what Dowhauer had planned.
2nd down and 2. Out of the I formation, it is Hampton, and it's close to the first down. They may want to measure. Let's see where they spot it down. Bickett, number 50, making the tackle. They jammed it up in there with John Hand, also number 78.
They look at the inside as Stevenson and Dellenbach fight their way, but a good job at the front by Keller, number 94, and the linebackers, Aarons and Odoms.
Just inches short of the first down. Jensen, number 11, coming into the lineup, along with Davenport, number 30. Just by about a yard. A very, very good job, as they had Davenport back there with Hampton.
Davenport went the wrong way, Jay, as you very rarely see. Davenport will go to our left, and Hampton goes to the right. Now, if you get a good look at Marino after this play, he was yelling. If you keep it going, maybe you'll see Marino looking back for for Davenport, because Davenport was the personal protector going that way.
One of the Colts is shaken up at the 45-yard line. 8.5 to play, third quarter. More in a moment. And the talented rookie, Harvey Armstrong, number 79, takes over at right end. The crowd trying to get back into this game. They're doing the wave. Miami leads at 17-10. First and 10 from the 46. Marino right over the middle. The tight end, Bruce Hardy, picked up a couple before he was hit by Cliff Odom, number 93. Let's pause briefly now for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
WSVN, Channel 7, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
17-10 over the Colts. This is Jay Randolph along with Bob Greasy at the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis. And it'll be second down and 7 at the 49-yard line for the Dolphins. 7.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Davenport goes down. A loss of about 2 on the play as Dwayne Bickett, number 50, the former All-American at USC and the leading tackler for the Colts, came up to make the play. A third down is coming for Miami. They're 7 out of 10 in this game on third down conversions, Bob.
Bickett, one of the outstanding linebackers on this team. They have 6 #1 draft choices on that defense. And Bickett, as we mentioned earlier, an all-rookie team selection last year. Big defensive front. This team is one of the biggest teams in the National Football League, along with the Raiders. The Colts and the Raiders, the biggest defense, the biggest team overall in the league.
The Dolphins offense spread out all over the field for Marino. Over the middle, it is complete. Not enough for the first down. Nat Moore at the 47-yard line, about 1.5 yards short. Moore was hit by John Holt, number 21.
Holt doing a good job, was burned early in the game, but as we look at Nat Moore coming across in motion, Holt, number 21. Now, Nat is really the outlet. Marino gets so much pressure up the middle of the pocket that he has to throw the ball off his back foot and can't get the ball downfield for the first down. You don't like to throw underneath the first down, but that time he had to because of the pressure.
Punting time for the Dolphins. Roby, 2 punts for a 49-yard average this afternoon. Robbie Martin set to receive it. We give you a head-on view. Reggie Roby out of Iowa. And down there chasing it again. Doing an excellent job was Renee Thompson, but he couldn't get to that ball to keep it out of the end zone. We'll be back with more after that 47-yard punt. We saw the Colts turn the ball over on their first chance in the second half, and it was a tough one for them, and they had the chance to tie things up. But now Miami hasn't been able to put any points on the board either.
Well, you got to give credit to the defenses. You know, both defenses have been much maligned this year, and George Hill, the defensive coordinator for the Colts, have done a good job. And also Chuck Studley has done a nice job. There's George Hill in the blue shirt, slightly balding head.
Slightly? You like that.
Has done a nice job with the Colt defense. And Studley is certainly taken the criticism, but I'd like to talk a little bit about that more a little later.
All right, we'll certainly hope to get that opportunity. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Owen Gill out over the 30. First down.
blocking up front. 51 is Brown being blocked out of the play by Solt, number 66, and Gill just gets the tough yardage. Adds on about 5 or 6 there at the end.
Colts are having their best rushing day of the season. Their high this year coming into today was 130 yards last week in the game at Buffalo. They're over that today. Trudeau is 8 of 12 for 67 yards and threw that 1 interception. First down to the 35. A little delay. Owen Gill again. And it's Gill getting to the 37-yard line.
Well, it's the same play, Jay. They've run that play very well. We saw it in the first quarter for a touchdown. Watch Solt 66 and Call 71. The back stutters to hold the inside linebackers, allows the 2 off linemen to come across, make the blocks, and it's been a very successful play as we look at the cast on the right wrist of Ron Solt. He's had a bad sprain, and he's worn that. Doesn't seem to bother him. I guess as long as you're not a quarterback or a running back, it ain't going to bother you much.
Solt 66 and hitting 75 in that offensive line for the Colts. Were part of the John Elway deal, of course. Second down and 8. And this one is incomplete. George Wansley going down the sideline. He was isolated out there with the linebacker, Mark Brown, 51. They couldn't get it there.
That's the exact situation they wanted. They wanted their halfback on a linebacker, and Mark Brown doing a nice job getting downfield on the coverage.
He's done a nice job throughout this game. He has 10 solo tackles so far today.
Brown, one of the leading tacklers last year on this ball club until he lost his starting job to John Offerdahl and Jackie Shipp on the inside. And then when Hugh Green went down, as we take a look at Rod Dowhauer, he moved to the outside.
Trudeau from the shotgun on 3rd and 8. And he throws it up for Murray. Incomplete. Folks thought there might have been an interference. Judson was back there along with Donovan Rose, who is in the game, number 26. But Brown starting for Rose today.
Number 47 is Blackwood. You didn't see him there, but they had a safety blitz on. Trudeau read it, knew that he didn't have it blocked, and got rid of the ball very quickly. Pressure defense by the Dolphins, and a smart play by Trudeau. Unfortunately for him, it was not complete.
Punting time, and it'll be Ron Stark to punt to Craig Ellis. Now look at the gloves on Ellis's hands here. He wears the thin leather gloves and puts a little pine tar on them, help him out. Of course, you can understand why he might do that after playing up in Canada for 5 years, but I wonder if he really needs them in here. Pat Beach was downfield, number 81, to make the tackle. Happening this afternoon, the second half of our doubleheader. Denver 6-1, Seattle 5-2. Those rivals in the AFC West getting set for action. That's coming up next right here on NBC. Marino is 16 of 32, 168 yards and a touchdown. Miami leading 17-10. 3:50 to play in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins from their own 27. Bennett cutting it back across the 30-yard line, gets to the 32, and he's hit by Johnny Cooks, number 98, the left outside linebacker. 10-minute ticker. Minnesota leading by 10 over Cleveland. Pittsburgh continues to lead Cincinnati, and the Jets are doing it to New Orleans. New England 17-0 over Buffalo. Raiders 28-7 over Houston. Kansas City's retaken the lead against Tampa Bay. San Francisco and Green Bay 14 all in the third quarter. Marino, and he couldn't quite deliver it to Clayton here on the near sideline. Leonard Coleman, number 31, had the coverage over there. Coleman, who played at Vanderbilt.
You know, the keys of the game for the Dolphins, I said earlier, is we take a match look the matchup between Clayton and Coleman. Clayton is 5'9". Now Coleman is about 6'2". It's very tough for a tall man to stay with a small man, but they did it very well because of the defensive philosophy, and that is bend but don't break. We said Marino had to be patient. The statistics are not very good, but you have to be patient with this style of defense.
Coleman from Boynton Beach went to Lake Worth High School. Third down over the middle. The pass going to Nathan. Nathan has got the first down. He comes across the 45. Tate Randall, number 35, makes the tackle. Let's check in with Ahmad Rashad.
All right, Jay and Bob. In Houston, the Raiders' Mark Wilson finds Todd Christensen on this 3-yard touchdown. It's Christensen's third touchdown of the day, the hat trick, so to speak. The Raiders lead 28-7, third quarter.
I didn't know that Ahmad knew anything about hockey, the hat trick.
I like to see him on skates.
Yeah, I would too. First and 10 at the 49. Pass to the man out of the backfield. Davenport all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Tate Randall made the tackle. Davenport had only caught one pass coming into today's game, and that's his second catch this afternoon, and a big play for Miami.
What you're seeing is the Dolphins, as we look at George Hill, the defensive coordinator, go more to their backs. George Hill was the first defensive coach hired, the first coach hired by Rod Dowhauer when he came over from St. Louis. Dowhauer played against, coached against Hill when he was a defensive coordinator for the Eagles, and respected his defenses so much that he wanted him when he had the head job at the Colts.
We've just seen that Marino has a lot of possibilities. Here he's on the run, and he delivered it in time. Just about the time he got to the line of scrimmage, he was able to get it off to Mark Duper. Duper ridden down by Dave Aarons, the linebacker, 57, but they were able to get a little bit out of it.
They get some pressure on Marino and force him to move around, and then he just flicks it upfield a little bit, and Duper gets down below it before he gets the big hit.
It's a nice ad-libbing there by Marino, wouldn't you say?
You know, he's not a great scrambler. He does not run that well, but he can move around in the pocket, and he sees so well. You very rarely get a good shot on him.
There you see his statistics. They're improving in this drive. Miami leading 17-10, second and 4 at the 18. That's Bennett. Bennett cracking very close to the first down. Aarons, 57 on the tackle. They're going to spot the ball at about the 8-yard line, and I think it's enough for the first down. It is. 13-yard line. I think I said the 8 at the 13. So it'll be first and 10 at the 13-yard line. Bennett with 28 yards on 5 rushes today. 25 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter. Nat Moore goes. That's not Moore. It is Clayton to the left side. Cooper set to the right side. And the handoff going to Davenport. Davenport gets down to about the 11. He's wrapped up by Johnny Cooks, number 98. And the clock runs down. 3 periods have gone by the boards. 17-10, Miami. Now this from your local station. Has been visiting with Strock and head coach Don Shula. Bob, how does Shula react to 2-5 this year? You know,
not very well. He doesn't know how to react to 2-5. He is not in that situation very often, but the thing he tries to do is keep his work habits good, and what he does when he's down like this is he even works harder. He takes more of the workload onto himself. He sits in on all the offensive meetings all the time, but now he goes over and sits in on the defense. He stays longer hours. He just thinks that if he works harder and keeps doing the right things, that the things are going to turn around for him, and it's very uncommon for him to be in a losing situation, but he just works harder when he's in one of these situations.
All at the 10, second down and 7. Miami leading 17-10, trying to get more. Over the middle, not quite. Pass was intended for Bruce Hardy. Hardy was well covered by Nesby Glasgow, the strong safety, number 25, and the pass led him just a little too much. Take a look at the stats through 3 quarters of play. 312 yards for the Dolphins, 217 for the Colts.
Big turnover that is not on there was the interception by the Colts at the beginning, their first drive of the third quarter, that stopped them from putting any points on the board. Now the Dolphins with an opportunity to go even further ahead, up right now 17-10.
They're 8 for 12 on third down conversions. Marino 19 of 37. 3rd and 7. Marino has to cover up. Got a poor pass from center in the shotgun. And Quad Reves will come on. Now R.B. Armstrong playing for John Hand. You'll remember Hand went out earlier, the rookie. I think number 79 Armstrong came across after Marino had to handle the poor pass.
Well,
it wasn't really. Yeah, it wasn't that bad a pass, was it?
You know what happens as we see Marino, and he gets a little upset as Thompson trying to take the ball away from him. You have to take your eyes off of the coverage downfield to accept the snap in a shotgun. And that time he looked away to see what the coverage was going to be and didn't really get the snap cleanly.
And from where we're sitting, I thought the pass from center was a little to the right of it. Ball spotted at the 28. 38-yard field goal attempt. And it is low and it is wide. A scooter from Reves, and the Dolphins miss an opportunity to move their lead to 10 points. 14:41 to play. 17-10, the Dolphins. They look like they might get a touchdown. Then they look like they might get the field goal. They come up empty. 9 plays on that drive and nothing for them at the end of it. Now here are the Colts. They've got to feel like they've got new life. Down by 7. 14:40 to play. First down from the 20. Jack Trudeau rolling out. Throwing and incomplete. Harassed a little bit that time by Offerdahl.
Jay, when things aren't going well for you, and Don Shula looking on there, he figured at least he'd get a field goal out of this last drive. As we go back and take a look, the hold is good, the snap is good. Reves just pulls it a little bit. The play before that, when Marino had the ball on third down, they had an opportunity to make a first down. He muffs the snap. Now, you wonder when you're 2 and 5 that things aren't going well for you, and somebody's got to step forward and make a play.
And it looked like he had a touchdown to Hardy if he hadn't thrown the ball a little too far in front of him. 2nd down and 10. Owen Gill. And Gill getting out to the 28-yard line, about 2 yards short of the first down. Offerdahl again making the play, and Offerdahl continues to just be an outstanding performer. He has done everything that they have asked him to do, the rookie from Western Michigan. And for that matter, he's done a lot more. He has really come on and done a splendid job. The Colts 2 for 6 on third down conversions. They have 3rd and 2 here.
And he's a smart player, Jay. I don't think people realize what intelligence it takes to play this game, to be in the right position at the right time, and that is a big asset on a good athlete like Offerdahl.
And as a rookie, he has stepped in and done it. Trudeau throws. It is complete. Penalty marker down. Matt Booza took it in. The flag was dropped on the far sideline. William Judson, 49, the cornerback, made the tackle. And let's see what the call's going to be. Illegal procedure will nullify the Colt first down. This is what Rod Dowhauer is trying to eliminate.
Illegal motion. Offense, number 85. Repeat the down. 3rd down.
And Booza was the man who was called for the infraction.
You just hate to see those types of things creep into your offense. Obviously, they're going to happen. People are going to make mistakes. But on a 3rd down and 3, you pick up the first down, and now you've got 3rd down and 8, and you have to do it all over again. This is a big play here.
13 and a half minutes to go. Miami leading by 7. 3rd down and 7 at the 23. Jack Trudeau out of Illinois in the shotgun. Shot over the middle, and it is complete. A beautiful throw to the rookie Bill Brooks for the first down. Donovan Rose, the free safety, making the tackle, but it's a big first down for the Indianapolis Colts.
Just an excellent throw by Trudeau. He has to throw this ball before Brooks gets into that hole. Right there into the hole. The ball is on the way. Now you're seeing today, a little earlier, we saw Dowhauer arguing with, or not, chewing out a little bit, Trudeau. He is learning on the run. Very impressive with that throw.
16-yard pickup. 12:40 to play in this game. Trudeau throwing, and Brown 51. And Trudeau showing us a lot of poise under the pressure that he has here this afternoon.
Speaking with Dowhauer, he said he was very impressed the way he's been coming along. He's more decisive. He has more confidence in what he's doing. And you have to be. The Colts have a good offensive line. He's going to get some protection. The problem he's throwing the ball before to the wrong places at the wrong time, holding the ball too long and putting pressure on too many people.
Wansley getting about 2 or 3 as he took the toss and cut in. The gain is down to the 47-yard line. Stop made by Jackie Shipp and John Offerdahl. Wansley with 83 yards on 11 rushes. We have 12 minutes remaining to be played. Miami 17, the Colts 10. Second down and 7. Wansley short of the first down at the 44-yard line. Wrapped up there again. It is number 56, Offerdahl. Offerdahl has really...
He's just outstanding, Jay. He sees the play develop. He knows what to do. You know, one of the things that people don't realize, and I said it before, is the intelligence that defenses people have to have. First of all, you got to know the coverage. If you're a linebacker, then the slants one way or the other, the motions from the backs and the line, and the tight ends change the coverage. It's very difficult to step in as a rookie and play that position.
Third down and 4 at the 44. Swinging it out to Wansley. Got the first down and more. Wansley kicked out of bounds at the 35-yard line by Glenn Blackwood. Jackie Shipp shaken up. Number 50 for the Dolphins.
A little screen this way, Jay, and Ray Donaldson, the center, gets out and gets a block. As you'll see, Donaldson 53 hits Shipp and knocks him into Offerdahl, and they collide. Shipp is up on his feet and walking very gingerly.
We'll take a timeout. 17-10 Dolphins. Rookie from North Carolina State, who plays primarily on the special teams, takes over for Jackie Shipp, the inside linebacker spot. 9-yard pickup on that last pass. Trudeau to Wansley. Trudeau now 18 throws, 11 completions, 103 yards, the 1 interception. Wansley's caught 3 for 28. He's rushed 12 times for 86 yards. On first down, Owen Gill. Gill doesn't get much there as George Little, 99, came in to make the play. Check in with the 10-minute ticker. Minnesota by 7 over Cleveland. Pittsburgh in control. So are the Jets. Chicago with only a 3-point advantage. New England leading Buffalo, and the Raiders up by 18 over Houston. Green Bay and San Francisco still tied. Kansas City leads by 7, and Philadelphia with 3 field goals leading San Diego 9-0. Second down and 9 at the 34-yard line for the Colts. 10 minutes and 20 seconds to play in this one. Trudeau's got all kinds of time, and he completes it down to the 30-yard line. Pass to Matt Booza. Glenn Blackwood, the strong safety, made the tackle. It's short of the first down. We'll get a look as we isolate it here on Glenn Blackwood.
Blackwood, very intelligent, good vision into the backfield, sees the pass coming all the way, and then puts the stop on Booza.
A little upset, too. Glenn Blackwood, of course, at strong safety. He had been on IR earlier with a thigh pull, and Lyle Blackwood is out of action. Not knowing whether he'll be able to come back and play at all. 10th play of the drive coming up. Wansley, and he's short of the first down at the 28-yard line. Good play by Bob Brudzinski. Bob, who played at Ohio State, had some help from Offerdahl, and they're going to bring the field goal kicking unit on.
It was 3rd and 4. we're getting some boos from the loyal fans here in the dome. This is this play that has worked so well for him all day. It's a counter trap as you see the lineman pulling. It seemed like if he would have stayed up inside, he may have gotten a little bit more yardage. But 4th down and 2, Dowhauer decides to go for the field goal.
They tried to go on 4th down 17 times this year. Were successful on only 4. Biasucci from the 35. A 45-yard attempt. It is on the way, and it is good. 8:39 remaining to be played. Miami 17, the Colts 13. Binoculars. I'll have mine this Saturday when we're at the Breeders' Cup. You'll see it on NBC this Saturday afternoon. America's greatest day in thoroughbred racing. I have a steeplechase for you. Join us this Saturday. $10,250,000 up for grabs. Here is Ellis with those gloves taking this line drive kickoff back over the 20 out to the 24-yard line. Greg Ellis picked up this week. Originally a 49er back in '82 and then went up to the CFL. Orlando Lowry made the tackle. The last thing I need to do is to feel sorry for myself. Well,
boy, he's a proud man, and he's certainly not accustomed to having a losing situation, and you can be sure that it will be turned around very quickly. But you know, all the great ones have to go through the downsides to enjoy the ups.
Been a lot of talk about whether he'll be back at Miami next year. What'll be happening with his contract? He says he don't want to talk about it right now. He's got other problems.
Well, that's the way he is. But
these fans come alive. A sellout in the Hoosier Dome. They want to see their club get the football back. And Marino on 1st down throws and completes it to Lorenzo Hampton, who's had a fine game. Hampton took it out of bounds in front of Orlando Lowry, number 59, the linebacker over there.
Hampton is becoming more and more a key cog in that offense of the Dolphins. Going to him on passing plays out of the backfield, also running plays. He is the main running back now, with Nathan just going in on 2nd and 3rd down passing situations and doing a fine job.
For the Dolphins has a toe injury. We don't know yet whether he'll be able to return or not. Here it is 2nd down and 2 at the 32-yard line. Marino with the pitch back to Hampton. He's got the 1st down. He crawled for the needed yardage to about the 34-yard line. Orlando Lowry making the stop. Lowry, who played at Ohio State, number 59.
You know, Jay, we were talking about Shula and what his plans are. His contract is up. I'd be very surprised if he did anything outside of Miami. He's settled in Miami. He's been there a long time. He has no desire to start over. If he went to a new city, he'd have to put in his own offense, his own defense. He has Marino. He's got a new stadium coming. They named an expressway after him. How can he leave Miami with the Shula Expressway?
It'll be tough. Pass goes to Davenport. Davenport near the 40-yard line. Wayne Bickett, number 50, made the stop. I'll try this scenario on for size. What if the National Football League does expand in a couple of seasons and he has a chance to have his own team?
There's no question that when he stops working with his hands on the field every day, that he would like to be a general manager or a part owner or an owner of a ball club. I think that what Paul Brown does in Cincinnati, what Al Davis does at the Raiders, he would like to keep his hands in it. He's been a great driving force for this league, and he's certainly been a big part of it.
Very good point, Bob. 2nd down and 5. It's Hampton again. Got a block. Doesn't get the 1st down. Comes up about 2 yards shy. Leonard Coleman, 31, making the tackle over there with help from Lowry, 59. Ticker time. Minnesota by 7. Pittsburgh winning. The Jets are leading New Orleans in the 4th period. Chicago trying to hold on against Detroit. Raiders 28-17 over Houston. 14-14 San Francisco and Green Bay. Kansas City leading 27-20 in the 4th. Miami 8 for 13 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon. This is a big one for them if they want to keep it.
The Colts are the 4th best team defensively on 3rd down in the National Football League.
complete to the first down. It was Tony Nathan who took it in. Nesby Glasgow made the hit at midfield. And the Dolphins hold on to the football.
Don't understand that play defensively by the Colts. Nathan, one of the most popular receivers out of the backfield for Marino, especially on 3rd and 4 or 5. This time nobody around him as he catches the ball already past the first down yardage and gets tackled, but big first down for the Dolphins.
Marino is now 22 of 40 for 236 yards and the touchdown. Davenport hit down at the 48-yard line by Cliff Odom, and he was down before he went out of bounds, so the clock keeps running at 5:10 left to play.
There's George Hill, the defensive coordinator, and talking with some of the offensive coaches of the Colts beforehand, they said that we don't help the defense very much. They've given the ball away more than any other team in the National Football League, and they put their defense in difficult situations. His defense is doing a nice job today against the Dolphins.
Second down and 8. Marino going long. He's got a man. Right at the last second, it is batted away by Tate Randall. Mark Duper was in the clear. Randall batted that ball away.
I think that just bounced off of his face mask, Jay, or his shoulder.
Well, let's see. It looked like Randall might have bothered him. I thought maybe Randall got a hand on it. Maybe he didn't. No, he didn't.
Right off his face mask, and we saw earlier in the game on the other side where a little out and up beat Daniel. This time they were a little out and up on Coleman. This defense of the Colts plays deep zone, but they settle. They settle, and then the Dolphins and Shula got to play in at the right time, just didn't execute.
Just a big chance to connect there. It looked to me for a minute like the ball had been batted, but certainly the replay showed it wasn't. Third down and 8. Pass is not enough for the first down as it was caught by Nat Moore, and Kenny Daniel, number 23, one of the extra defensive backs, made the stop, and the Dolphins are going to have to give up the football.
Pattern, hoping to get the ball to Nat Moore. Holt doing a nice job. As you see the two receivers crossing, they hope to rub off the defensive back on the confusion. At the time it didn't work.
There's the punting comparisons. Roby 3 punts as long as 51.
Roby out kicking Stark today with a 48.3 average.
Snap. It's all right. This is the second snap that's been mishandled in the last few minutes. Earlier it was Marino. Now Roby misses the opportunity to get the punt away.
Ball's a little to his left, but certainly not a bad snap by any stretch of the imagination. It just points out again, Jay, as we said, the Marino dropped snap. This one and also the botched field goal, how difficult it is for the Dolphins when things are not going well.
First down for the Colts at the 45-yard line. Jack Trudeau rolling out. Trudeau out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Or make it the 41-yard line. That's where they'll spot it. Bob Brzezinski was running him down, number 59. Clock is stopped with 3.5 minutes to play. Miami leading 17-13. The Colts trying to get their first victory of the season. And there is Roby, the man who couldn't handle the pass from center and get the punt away.
There's the two specialists right there. Normally excellent special team player. Roby, one of the best kickers, and Reves had an outstanding year last year, both with an error here today.
Reves missing the Jackie Shipp is back in the game. We'll remind you again, he has an injured toe, but is back in there, number 50. Clock running now as we come down to the 3-minute mark in this one. There's Shipp now going back off. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. The Colts hoping to get their first victory. And it would be a terrible disappointment for Don Shula's Dolphins to lose this one. First down. Owen Gill, and this crowd is really getting into it. A sellout in the Hoosier Dome. Brudzinski, 59 on the tackle. Clock running with 2.5 to play. You've just joined us. It was 17-10 at halftime. The only score of the second half, a field goal for the Colts. 17-13. Miami. Try to get this play off before the 2-minute warning. Trudeau hands it to Watson. Not much there. Maybe a yard at the most. And the clock stopped with 2 minutes left to play. Both clubs have 3 timeouts remaining. Miami leading 17-13. Score here. Time might have run out for Miami. They lead at 17-13.
Shula says that we need our respectability. We need to gain some respect around the league, and coming up and playing the Colts in their own backyard. The Colts have played better here than they have anywhere else. They're 4-4 here last year, and they've played well, but have lost the games in the Dome so far this year. But certainly this is one that the Dolphins have to win. Their schedule lightens up the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then it toughens up again. But they've got to have a string going as we look at Gary Hogaboom, wondering when he might be back.
Hogaboom starts to throw again next week, they hope. There he is. You saw Don Shula, his team 2-5, their worst record since '69. That was before Shula started coaching the Dolphins. They're hoping for their 200th win here this afternoon. The Colts have lost 12 straight to the Dolphins. Their last win in Miami, 1980, 30-17. It is 17-13 Miami. Second down and 9 for the Colts. 2 minutes to play. The ball at the 31-yard line of Miami for Indianapolis. Trudeau straight back. And the pass to the 23-yard line to Matt Bouza. He went down at the 24 on the comebacker as Langford, 44, made the tackle.
Langford is complaining that Bouza pushed off of him. There's the one jam. Now that's incidental. That's not enough to call anything. Short yardage, 3rd and maybe 1.5 yards, 2 yards for a big first down. Remember, the Colts need a touchdown, not a field goal, so this is 4-down territory. You've got 2 downs to pick up this first down.
Clock running now with 1 minute and 15 to play. Both teams with their 3 timeouts remaining. On 3rd down and 2, a call on Wansley. Didn't get it, and now they're going to have to call timeout. You surprised they ran the ball there?
No, I'm not surprised. They've got 2 downs, and if you got 2 running downs to pick it up, and that's the right call.
We'll be back with more right after this. Jay Randolph, we're going to the wire in this one. Miami leading, but the Colts knocking on the door.
Chuck Studley trying to change styles, defensive styles on his ball club on the run from a finesse team to a physical attacking team. 4th down.
4th down and 1. And let's see, did Wansley get there?
He met Offerdahl right at the line, and I don't know.
Well, Miami says he didn't get there. It is going to be very, very close.
I present the Golden Boy.
You see this play taking place as we come back. The Colts got the first down a moment ago by a scant inch. This pass for Owen Gill is incomplete. We have 44 seconds remaining to be played in this football game. Miami leading 17-13, and it's going to be second down and 10 at the 22.
Jay, the Dolphins were jumping around, acting as though they had stopped him, and then it's very hard. The linesman has to come in and mark the ball, and then the Colts really thought that they didn't have it made, and then they did make a first down, and here we go with second down.
And they made it by just an inch. Trudeau's got a man. He couldn't get it there. Matt Bouza was in the clear at the 3-yard line. William Judson was back with the coverage, but if Trudeau could have gotten it to Bouza, it might have been Katie bar the door.
Well, you saw Trudeau coming off the ground. He didn't have any more time to wait. Now he lays it up to the outside, but he didn't have any more time. Bouza could have come to the sideline a little bit more to help him out, but Trudeau waited as long as he could and then didn't want to take the sack.
Third down and 10. Field goal doesn't do the Colts any good. Miami leads at 17-13 with 39 seconds remaining. Trudeau's got lots of time, and he was out at the end zone. Walter Murray, the rookie from Hawaii, made the catch. William Judson there with him, but no question he was on the white.
Judson just missed the ball. 2 feet need to be in bounds, and he was clearly out.
They show the play on the giant screen here, and the folks calm down a little bit. Trudeau now 13 out of 23, 116 yards. Well, this is the ball game for the Colts and the Dolphins right here.
For Shula and Studley, this is the ball game right here. 4th down and 10. The Colts need a touchdown. 33 seconds.
Trudeau operating from the shotgun, may have called an audible right there. And a little shot comes out to Owen Gill. He does not have the first down. A tremendous play by guess who? John Offerdahl, number 56. And if it had not been for Offerdahl, we would still have this one going.
Offerdahl was the man that made the hit on the 4th and 1 play earlier. They just barely made the first down, and here we are, the left side. Offerdahl, as Gill starts in and goes back to the outside. Now he has him beat, but he needs 10 yards, and Offerdahl gets there with his hustle, enough time to stop him from making the first down. It's all right to get beat, just get up and make the play, and that's what the attitude and the desire of John Offerdahl did on that play, and it's really becoming contagious with the Miami Dolphins.
Well, you got to say that the Indianapolis club hung in here very, very tough. They got the opportunity to get their first victory, didn't quite do it. And now we will go through the ceremonial function of ending this one.
Well, I wonder who is going to have the happy locker room. Obviously, the Dolphins are going to win it, but I don't know how happy Shula is going to be about it, because you came up here with an 0-7 team, and you have to fight and scratch the last play to get the win. And on the other side, Dowhauer is going to go in as a loser, but he has to be pretty pleased playing the Dolphins as strongly as he did right up to the final.
The Colts will meet the Cleveland Browns here at 1 o'clock next week. And, of course, the Browns playing in Minnesota today. And the Dolphins will go against the Houston Oilers in the Orange Bowl at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Houston meeting the Raiders today. This is the 35th meeting between these two clubs, and the Dolphins with the win will be 26-9, including that 30-10 win at Miami in week 2 when Hogeboom went down with the shoulder separation in the 3rd quarter. And they will have now lost 13 straight to Miami. That's the longest streak to a single team in the National Football League.
It'll be 18 out of the last 19 also, so the Dolphins have really dominated this series over the last 10 years.
The Colts only have 1 timeout remaining. We have 13 seconds left to play. Miami's going to win it 17-13.
I can't help but think too, Jay, as we see the Colts with another timeout. As you look around the AFC East and you see the young quarterbacks that are emerging, Marino with the Dolphins and Eason at New England, and O'Brien, and where this Colt team would be if they had John Elway. Of course,
might be a sore spot with a lot of people.
What he has done, I think that one move has slowed the development of this franchise probably more than anything else. They've had 9 head coaches in the last 15 years, but
well, Rod Dowhauer, the head coach of the Colts, has apparently
passed out
or fainted. Now he's moving. I looked down on the field, and I don't know whether he tripped over something or anything. He's up and okay now. I don't know what happened, but he went down. Well, apparently he's all right. Boy. Whew.
Reminds me of the days when I was with the Dolphins, the early days of the Dolphins, and Les Bingaman passed out, had a heart attack on the sidelines in the Orange Bowl. And that's a scary sight right there. I'm glad to see Rod up. And
I don't have the faintest idea what happened, but as you say, you're glad that he's okay. And it looks like he tore his pants a little bit there in the back from where we view him at the moment. Well, this is going to do it. Well, when we talk about an MVP this afternoon, it's a little bit tough, but I would guess we would go with Lorenzo Hampton, the second-year man from Florida. He got the touchdown, his 6th rushing touchdown, and his 7th of the year this afternoon as Miami wins at 17-13. And Lorenzo Hampton is our Budweiser player of the game. Bob, this was a close one, and Miami is very, very happy, I'm sure, to get out of here with this one. Today's MVP, Lorenzo Hampton. Budweiser to make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all the MVPs selected in today's game. And the final score in favor of Miami. We'll be back right after these messages.